Hey everybody, this is episode 201, and before the episode starts, I want to say a couple things. One, this is like the weirdest time that I can remember in history, so as we deal with this coronavirus and all this stuff, just know the episode's going to keep going, whether it's all four of us, whether it's three of us, or whether it's just me and the flop. We're going to come out every week. We're going to talk about whatever we can talk about. This episode obviously is a lot about the coronavirus, but we'll try to avoid that and just talk about other stuff because it's not the only thing in the world. It just seems that way right now. But on the same note, I just shared something on Facebook, and I wanted to reiterate it on here to all of our small business owner friends, the ones that really, in terms of businesses, are really going to suffer. Second Shift has put some stuff out there on Twitter that is heartbreaking, and of course we've got our home away from home and Kyle at Shamrocks, and then we have our on remote location and first real sponsors of the show, the Beer Sauce Shop, and many others. There's the Beardly Man that we've talked about on here, but there's a lot of places that we know. Apotheosis Comics, good friends of ours that we've never met. We really don't, there's nothing we can do per se in terms of a podcast to help you other than spread the message on how people can help you. So if you guys want to come on at any point and talk to us, whether it's in person where we'll share a beer and act like things are normal, which sometimes can just help you get through this mess, or if it's that you need to, just Skype in. We want to get the word out. If you've got things in place to help people keep you guys up and running, we want everyone to survive this, both professionally and personally, with as much health as possible. So just let us know. Thoughts are with everybody. We bought a handful of beers from the Beer Sauce Shop this past weekend, anticipating them not being open. Same thing, we went to Shamrock. So we want to do what we can to help. We love all you guys. You guys have been great to us, and we want to do everything in our part to be great to you. So all that said, here's episode 201. It's with Bender. It's me and Missy. It's unofficially our St. Patrick's Day episode as we recorded it yesterday on St. Patrick's Day. It's the first time we didn't do kegs and eggs, but because, believe it or not, I did have some work travel during the day. But hopefully you enjoy the episode. I think we had a real good time, even though we had nothing to talk about but Corona and then a few movies and some TV shows. So I know this was a long intro. Thanks for getting through it. But the good news is it's over once you hear the bomb and the episode's going to start, which is about now.
I was there for Friday, I think. We didn't really get you with those free beers, man.
Were we there Friday? We were there Saturday.
No, I was there Thursday. I lied to you. I was there Thursday.
Completely different day than Friday.
I forgot I was off on Friday. Because you guys went to the aquarium on Thursday?
We did.
We went on Friday.
What'd you think?
I thought it was expensive.
It's $10 too much.
Yep.
I think it's a one and done situation.
Yeah.
Like,
That's unfortunate. Because I'm a big fish dork, and there's just a lot of dead space in those hallways.
I like the John Goodman thing.
Yeah, that was really neat.
I thought it was cool. And there's a lot of cool... We did the Ferris wheel, and...
I think the Ferris wheel's $10 too much as well.
And, well, it was... I don't think it was really even cut short for us, but because of the lightning, they go... I think we were basically done anyway, and they were like, sorry about the lightning. Here's free passes for whenever you want to
that's cool.
We did about 6 rotations.
Oh, see? I think I did 4 total, like, nonstop, and then you get, like, another 2 when people are getting off.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We had one person push the panic button.
No, that seems like
and they
St. Louis.
take you back reverse, which does not help Missy's fear of heights. When you're going one way, and then all of a sudden you start going the other way.
Yeah, but we were at the bottom at that point.
So was it cold the day you guys went?
Yeah. It was not a great day.
But was it, I was curious at how temperature controlled those were.
Oh, yeah, they felt fine. There's heat in them.
Because when I went... It was, I guess, early fall, and it was still like 65 out.
Yeah.
Like jacket weather.
Yeah.
And it felt great, but I was like, I wonder if it's cold, if these will be warmer, because you could see like the heat vents and stuff in there.
Yeah. Well, now that Missy's getting her microphone set,
Can you hear me?
I can, and
If I do that, what does that sound like?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, because it's like resting. The
You
cord
just
is
smack the shit out of it like a
resting on my
cat
leg.
for
But
a while.
Melissa, it sounds like we are back,
Oh.
and you heard us talking a little bit about the St. Louis Aquarium. You heard us talking about a little bit about Beer Sauce Shop, who, like us, is saying social distances be damned. I think we're only about 3 feet apart. I might be close to 5.
I mean,
Bender
I
and
can
I
go
could
sit on the
almost-
couch if you want.
Yeah, well,
Bender
no.
and I can almost make out.
Listen, if we sacrifice our own well-being in this coronavirus time, this COVID-19 time
Yeah.
for our fans, it's because
We love 'em.
Yeah, we love them, and we don't want them to suffer for lack of entertainment.
Well, yeah, they need to be entertained.
Are you under the assumption that you're going to get it at some point?
Absolutely.
Me too.
I'm convinced I've already had it and I'm over it.
Rachel's convinced she already had it too, because 2 weeks ago she was on her deathbed and for about 5 days, and then bounced back, and she was pretty bad.
Oh, no. I haven't been sick. I'm just convinced that my immune system is so great that I've
Yeah.
gotten it,
Oh,
not
you
shown
fought it off.
symptoms, and am over it.
Well,
At this point, I can't even tell because Harry has been sick for the entire winter. Like, he's had a runny and snotty nose. Like, last week I had pink eye for the second time because of him.
they say when you get sick from it,
Yeah, you know it.
you know it. I don't think she would have had it unless they.
She was, like, bad.
Yeah, but they say
Yeah, I
it's
know.
like breathing underwater. That's what it does to your
Yeah.
lungs. And if she had no lung problems, that's
She-
the number one thing it does. It can cause long-term
Yeah,
lung problems.
she had like 104-degree temperature and was like hallucinating for 2 days.
the flu's going around.
Yeah,
still.
I know. She just had the flu.
Yeah,
but
the
we're
flu-
under the assumption that we're gonna get it.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
We're just staying away from our
I
parents.
think for the first time ever, you saw a somber and very contrite president who seemed yesterday that he felt both the way his actions and his mannerism realizes he screwed up early the way he was saying,
Yeah.
and now that he sees how bleak it is, and for the people that are saying we're overreacting, good.
Yeah.
Better to overreact. Look at what happened in Spain and Italy.
Yeah.
And now the UK, who just tried to make it where old people couldn't go out, now they're at ground zero. I mean, I heard some people say, well, Obama didn't even start this with H1N1 until 1,000 people died. Do we want to wait for 1,000 people
Yeah.
to die? Isn't 100 enough?
I think we're up to more than 100 now.
Yeah, it's still right at, or it's
not very far
around that
over,
100
yeah.
mark, yeah.
It's like 2% of the 2% of the people that have had it.
And 50 in Washington.
yeah.
So
that was and it was most of them were in a nursing home.
So, do I think there's a slight bit of fear, paranoia? Yeah, when you look at the toilet paper situation and all that stuff, yes.
That's crazy.
Do I think that the government is doing the right thing? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think Missy brought up a good point. We should look at the hookers because there's a lot of NBA players getting it.
I said that's one nasty hooker that's getting around, especially in the nets.
Yeah,
for the
4
Nets.
players. One with Kevin Durant, who didn't even play this year so far.
That's crazy. I didn't realize he got it too.
That's earlier today. They just
Is that why he was trending on Twitter? I didn't click
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah.
Did you hear that a lot of singers are giving like free concerts?
Yeah, through the
on
that's
social media.
that's the
That's
one
awesome.
upside
In
of it.
fact, Dropkick Murphys is, this is their holiday.
Yeah.
It's St. Patrick's Day. They're doing a live
Yeah.
streaming free concert across the board to everybody.
What's the Coldplay guy? Chris
Martin.
Chris Martin was doing a free concert last night. I don't know why
John
you want
Legend
that.
did one today.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for them. I mean, that's the kind of stuff. And the good news is when stuff like this happens, it's the perfect opportunity
Yeah.
for people to come together and actually be humans to each other.
Yeah.
In a time where we are not.
Unless it's comes down to the last roll of toilet paper at Walmart, then it's knives out.
Oh, the toilet paper thing is so retarded.
That's ridiculous.
So because I have insane paranoia thoughts.
I was gonna say bouts of diarrhea.
No, I don't have. I barely poop, but
Yeah,
The opposite.
if Missy poops 3 days in a row, she's got diarrhea.
yeah. No, I just said to Jeremy last night. I thought, what if people start looting houses, like robbing houses? Like it's almost like the Purge, but without the killing. Like they start.
We hope.
We need your whatever you have in your house. We don't know what you have, but you may have it, and we want it, so we're gonna break in.
I don't think it's gonna come to that yet.
Well, maybe not here, but
I mean, this is America. Everybody's got a gun, right? That's what you just have to assume.
Yeah. Well, it's not Texas, so no. But in Texas, they do.
I mean, we're we're Texas light.
We are definitely a state that is an open carry state now. No permit needed.
You don't even need a permit. You don't even have to take the class anymore.
You don't even. Illinois you have to, in order to buy ammo, you have to have a FOIT, what they call a FOIT card. You don't even have that in Missouri.
Yeah, and if you get you have to re-up your license every year in Illinois, and they're like 4 months behind. And the Second Amendment guys are like, this is going against my constitutional rights.
And they're
suck a dick. How much are you going to actually use your gun anyway?
But what if?
Yeah, and they're a broke state, by the way. So
yeah.
So do you get in trouble?
They won't be much longer with all the weed.
Yeah, no doubt.
If you are if someone's on your property and you're trying to save your life, but your permit is not reinstated,
if you shoot him in the back, it's illegal then. But if your permit was reinstated and you shot him in the back, it's fine.
So just say, hey, hold on, I got something for you. So they turn around and then you shoot him in the front.
Yeah. You look desperate. Here's $20. And then you shoot him.
He's coming right for me. The old South Park episode. I guess we should also say, in light of all this corona paranoia and Missy's now fear that the purge is going to happen, it is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I just mentioned it.
I forgot it was actually St. Patrick's Day today.
The purge and St. Patrick's Day go together.
I am drinking a Guinness Draft. I'm disappointed in both of you for not going straight.
Well, I just grabbed a beer.
Up. Yeah.
I thought we were going to do it in an order, but I was an alcoholic and I wanted something now.
Yeah. And we sat down for the podcast. I can see where you were confused by it.
Yeah. But I didn't know if you had an order that you wanted these to go in.
If there's one thing...
Line one up for me, sir.
If you've learned anything about this podcast is we're all about structure. Yeah. We're all about discipline and order.
Rules.
So we've got a couple of things that we can talk about. One thing I want to talk about first is... we're gonna relate it to the corona thing, but with all the sports that we do are all canceled. With the exception of softball, I got a feeling my batting cage time is going to be taken away after this week, and I got a feeling they're going to allow us to play volleyball Friday, and then they're calling it kaput for a while. But
which, by the way, is more than 50 people in that joint.
Yeah, there's like 200.
Then they might not. They might call it all.
They haven't called it yet, and but I'll say this.
Was that that's your guys' volleyball?
That's
not
grown up. Yeah, it's grown up. Kid volleyball canceled.
Yeah.
Club soccer canceled.
Yeah, I know it sucks.
And I don't anticipate us playing at all in spring. I think that if we're lucky at Hayden's group, well, and even Jeremiah and the Mother's Day Rush tournament, which is our biggest thing, if we're lucky, that will happen.
Yeah, we were supposed to do a tournament in Cedar Rapids in April. I don't foresee that happening.
There's nothing in April happening.
Yeah, we have one
so
in
looking
Kansas
forward to Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
I'm so looking forward to saving the money that we would spend for these out of town.
And to have all
we had two back-to-back out of town tournaments.
Chicago and Kansas City for us. And to have all these fees transfer over to next year that
is nice.
But because of that time, I don't know if you saw on Facebook, we went ahead, the oldest daughter and the youngest, but the oldest daughter mainly, because she's a teenager, and she's only bulldogged and determined when it's something for her, has been harping on us to paint her room for years. So finally, we're like, we got a free weekend. We're going to paint your room. So we
were supposed to do this 2 days ago.
3 walls, tundra white, and 1 wall chalk, 1 full wall chalk, and then the little part of the wall so chalk. So the first thing she does is, well, of course, I put on Facebook, she wrote pee pee poo poo.
Yeah.
And then
why wouldn't you?
Then she wrote a bunch of other things, but then she wrote trap house.
Yeah, what is that? What is it? That's a drug house, right?
Yes, right. But if you ask her what her definition is, she's like, it's a fun house. It's where people go to have fun. And things.
My daughter...
I mean, I guess.
No, my daughter is so full of shit. She knows what a trap house is. She is... taken a deep cannonball into hip-hop of lately.
Yeah.
Oh, she has a whole...
She's got a wall...
She's got a wall... Not a wall full, but the area above her door is filled with black and white pictures of rappers.
Yeah, rappers.
Oh, that's cool.
That she loves.
Yeah.
And so she is... So when I saw Trap House, I go, Trap House?
Come on.
And she goes, what? I don't know what it means. And she was smiling. I go, yeah, I know what it means. She goes, in my world, it means a place where your friends like to hang out. And I was like, that is bullshit.
And you have shitty friends.
Here's the problem, though. And, well, it's not a problem, but here would be the problem. If we were, in fact, drug dealers, what an awful kid posting that out there for the
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you got to cover us up, man.
You gonna get a fucking neon sign that says drugs here?
Yeah. Where'd you learn that? Drug school? I mean, so we got it done. So, and I'm thinking probably in a couple of weeks
not this weekend, but the next, because we have like 4 weekends. The next 3 weekends are free for
sure
us now.
for free.
Yeah.
For sure for free. So we're
so stop on by, people.
Yeah. So I'm guessing we're painting another room here soon. Melissa Jane, will you get
How much chalk paint did you guys buy?
But I tell you what, so
1 million gallons.
chalk paint, just one of the cans.
It's a lot, isn't it?
It'll do 130 square feet. That
Okay.
was 77 square feet, and so I painted it really heavy for one, and then a light coat on it. The problem was,
Give me one of them Irish beers so he stops bitching at us.
yeah, it's an Irish time of the year. So the problem for me was. Hey,
Thank you, Melissa.
Let me get you a pint glass, because that is, in fact, a Guinness.
Thank you, sir.
The problem I had is I came up with the good idea to put I found that they have this thing called a magnetic base, and it's a paint on your
Yeah.
wall. Mm-hmm. So I was like, we're doing the magnetic base, so we bought a can of that, thinking, okay, if one can of chalk will do 130 feet, surely the base is the same.
It's not equal.
Oh, boy.
No, you had to put on 2 or 3 coats first of all
They
to
say
make it
3 to
strong.
4 coats is the recommended. 3 cans will do 75 square feet twice. Barely twice.
So did you just pick like a certain area, or did you do
That's
the whole
what I
wall?
said. Suggested too.
I did 3 cans, and I did the whole wall. And now she's got magnets up on her wall, and it's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool to me. But I can tell you this: I don't think the other daughter's getting a magnet.
Isn't she moving out in like a couple years?
God, we hope so.
She's still got 4 years.
but I thought about it too.
I don't want to invest too much. You'll be gone in a couple years.
3.5. I'm sorry.
I mean, but even if I turn the wall, the room into an office after
it's
she
still a cool
leaves,
office.
it's got a cool chalk wall
Yeah.
on it. Yeah.
You could write Trap House in there.
I might as well write Red Light District
Yeah.
or Cocaine Alley or
Hookers
something.
free
Yeah.
from 9 to 10.
Just here's where an arrow pointing to a drawer. It says, "Here's where I put my weed." I don't know. I mean, just insanity from my
Yeah.
daughter. Insanity.
There's a lot of small boxes, and then one where it says weed, and you're like, it's that one for sure all the time. But then you put it in the wrong one. You're like, damn it, it's lying to me again.
Because you forget.
Because all the weed you smoked.
Nick Swartzen used to have this great bit on one of his albums that he stopped smoking weed for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And he started remembering where he left his keys, and all of his friends thought he had superpowers because he was so good at remembering things.
Oh, that's good stuff. Then you could do other things like put like nickels in one, and be like, damn it, that is the nickels drawer.
Yeah, I mean, it was not. I put it this way: had I just painted all 4 walls, it would
Yeah.
have been a 1-day process.
Yeah.
But I had to cancel the podcast,
Of
this
course.
episode,
Yep.
because I knew that last wall was going to take time.
Did you do it right?
I did. And by the way, the magnetic paint comes in a can that is about 1/3 clear yellow liquid and 2/3 solid as a rock mix.
So how do you gotta like shake it? Or? Oh, okay.
Jeremy must have mixed for well over a half hour.
It is obscene.
Did you inhale all the magnetic particles and now have cancer?
You could probably
Someone
put a
said
magnet.
that's the new lead paint.
Yeah, put a magnet on my forehead.
Yeah.
I breathe that in. Shit.
I did think Sunday night, I was like, my chest is tight. Is that from inhaling fumes, or do I now?
Yeah.
Am
Have
I now
corona?
sick?
It's
Yeah.
either corona or our lungs are filled with magnetic-based paint, and we're dying regardless.
Yeah, I've been doing. I bought like a little cabinet thing online.
So is
for
it a
like-
cabinet or a cabinet thing?
It's a little cabinet.
Okay.
Like a little vintage looking
So
cabinet.
the thing was unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. It was a small cabinet. I wanted to put a fish tank on it, but it was only 19 inches tall. And I didn't really
okay.
pay attention to that when I was like, $30, that's pretty cheap. And I went and picked it up. It's like some vintage thing. I was like, that's way too small, but I'll take it. I'll put it in Harry's room. So I stained that, and then I painted the doors blue. So it looks pretty cool, but same thing. Like the stain worked out really, really well, but I used like a blue lacquer paint on it, and it was the worst process ever and ruined the whole thing for me. I was really pissed. It looks good from a distance, but up close I was mad at how it turned out.
I
sucked in a bunch of particles of sanding things down in the garage for the last 2 weeks.
So speaking of remodeling, the basement is at least underway. Now
Yeah.
the shelves are up. I got it. This is next.
Really, really set your priorities there with a hole in your roof, but you put shelves up.
In my defense, those shelves were broken a lot longer than that. I'm doing them in order.
That is
I'm doing them
true.
in order.
That is true.
my next thing is the ceiling, and I think I may end up just doing it myself. I don't know. But
It's not that hard. I think you just got to trim that spot and put some nails in there, right?
Exactly. It's that easy. I don't know why I haven't done it
Above his
already.
head, no big deal.
I mean, you just got to get another guy to hold it. Jason doesn't even have to lift his arms up. Just bring my cousin down here. He'll stand under
He
it.
says he's not a drywaller. He's a plumber.
Oh, that's true.
And then after that, the next thing is those same pipe and wood shelves on this wall going over to there to hold the bar stuff. So I can,
that's cool.
And it'll also give more room because this sticks out quite a bit.
What are you going to do with that thing?
I don't know. Put it in there.
Probably for
to
storage.
I talked to Hal Power earlier.
No, you didn't.
And he got a good deal.
Is he alive?
He got a good deal on one of those kegerators that holds one keg.
Yeah.
That, sits down and he just goes and buys Boulevard kegs. And because
that's gross, but that's cool.
Well, it's a brewery that sells kegs.
That's near him, right?
Yeah, he's in KC.
That makes sense. Yeah. I thought he was just doing like Boulevard Wheat.
No,
that was his thing. And I'm like,
currently has the Irish Red on there.
Well, that's cool.
But here's what he said was the problem, though. He goes, he did it for the Super Bowl. And he goes, I've got so much fucking beer left.
Yeah.
He goes, I've made beer bread. I just downloaded an recipe for beer cheese.
Yeah.
He goes, turns out I'm too old to drink all this goddamn beer now, so I got to use. I haven't ran this by Missy yet, but I'm thinking, bear with me, refrigerator, kegerator. Then
I thought you were going to turn this into a kegerator. But now we use it as a fridge a lot.
And this way we can keep regular beer and a kegerator on down here.
My stepdad had a kegerator when he finished his basement. He was like super proud of it, he said. And this is back in the day. So,
which was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Dan Cook is started
And he said the problem was he started drinking way too much because the beer would go bad. So instead of having like 2 beers at night, he'd have like a whole pitcher by himself and then just be drunk all the time. He's like, that wasn't a good idea.
You guys are going to have to come over more often. But I expect you also to say, I kind of want a beer. Jeremy's got one on keg.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to stop on the way here then.
No more of that. In fact, and every year for Christmas or my birthday, if you guys want to give me anything, just pull the money, $60 and get me a keg.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they are anymore. That's back when I was in college, so they got to be like 100 and something now.
I think you can get the little pony case of craft beer. I know Flowers does them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure the beer sauce shop could hook you up.
Oh, you know what? I know some people.
Yeah.
We need to. I've been thinking about this. Speaking of the beer sauce shop, we need to do some canned commercials.
Okay.
Like just one day, come over when we don't have an episode, and we'll record like 3 or 4 commercials
You're
and drink
asking
some
for
beer.
more time from
When
him.
you said canned commercials, I was like, are we going to do commercials for their cans of beer?
No. Just keep them on hand and throw it before to have them in the pipe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now that they're about to open their next location, in which Andrew said he would like us to be there when it opens. Which
that'd be cool. I'd love that.
It's been pushed back.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Corona. This whole episode is brought to you by Corona.
Yeah, not the beer.
Yeah, that's the title of the episode now.
Not the beer.
We were
just not
sharing
the
the brain on that one. The other thing that I was going to spin off of all that beer. Was I going to spin off all that beer talk?
Fuck if I know. I can't keep track.
If we're going to talk about Beer Sauce Shop, did you notice? I don't know if you follow them on Instagram, but they've really stepped up their Instagram presence and like their pictures are just nicer. I don't know if it's that new location, but
the new location I think has
it's
a
like a
separate
photo booth or
and
something.
They got it. They're not very expensive. You can get one of those
little white boxes.
That's
Yeah.
what they're doing.
But he's got like the coaster and he pours the beer and it looks great. It's very professional. Like
I don't know who does. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know.
Whoever is doing it, it does.
Well, and Rick's in defense of Rick for all the gooberness that Rick is, and I have no problem telling him that he is a marketing guy. He knows how to do that stuff. So
I was very impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, I go there anyways and spend my money, but if I hadn't, I'd be like, hey, let's check this place out. They know what they're doing.
We went in on Saturday because all the parades were canceled. So we had
Shamrocks was good. We ate dinner there, but the people around, because there was no parade, had probably been there all day drinking, and it was obnoxious.
You guys definitely have the virus.
Kyle said he was on pace to do his best day.
No, that's good.
For St. Patrick. Well, for the celebration.
Well, that's a big win because they just shut down all the restaurants in St. Charles County as of Thursday.
Here's the thing, though. In my theory on which that sucks. Put a pin in that. But my theory is the reason that he did so good and Beer Sauce said they almost set a record in retail is because typically people are drunk at like 10 in the morning at those parades.
And they take a nap.
Or they don't get as much at Shamrocks or the Beer Sauce Shop because of that. And because they didn't have those morning things, they went straight to those places and just started there.
Yeah, because if I would have been going to the parade, I would have just been drinking I'd had a 6-pack of something I like, and then it had been mostly natural light from that rest of the day on. At that point, just so you could day drink all day.
Yeah,
Because pacing myself is never an option.
Yes, but we left. So we left Shamrocks. And
You are a completionist.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if you
you're
buy
right.
a 6-pack, you have to finish it.
I need
If
to
you buy a 12
completely waste
Yeah.
it. Is what I,
So I bought 36 beers. I have to drink 36 beers.
yeah. So we left Shamrocks, and then we went by Beer Sauce Shop to have a couple. And it was me, Missy, Sean, one guy at the bar, and then maybe another dude and his girlfriend came in. And I was
I don't
like,
know. Was that a first day? It felt like a first
it
day.
felt like a dude was on his first date with this
Beer
girl.
sauce?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a.
He was a goobery guy.
Okay.
He was a long distance runner.
Maybe he met her on Untapped, and it was like, yeah, that'll work.
No.
Otherwise, that's a
because-
niche market there.
Because she came in and said she liked seltzers, so they did not meet on Untapped.
Yeah, no, she did not.
And that's why I said, Sean, I go, how busy was it today? He goes, man, they sold through some shit today.
Was Sean?
Tall
older guy.
glasses.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I talked to him on Thursday. I was like, man, it's awfully busy in here for the end of the world. He goes, alcoholics come out no matter how shitty it is.
Well, and to be honest with you, if you're going to rank your people at Beer Sauce, Andrew's obviously number one guy you'd want to talk to. Uncle Dave, because he's Uncle Dave.
Yeah.
And then Sean.
Always gives my kids free soda.
And and everyone else there is absolutely awesome. But those are the three original guys, and
Yeah.
those are my guys.
There was a new guy there.
He's awesome too. He's a
younger
49ers
dude.
fan.
I don't know. I didn't get into it
Is he
with him.
the blonde-haired dude?
No,
No.
the dude. Well, there's a couple of
There's
guys.
a blonde guy who's skinny, and this guy was shorter. Not skinny, but shorter.
There's a guy that works there that also works at First Watch, and I can't remember his name either.
Yeah. So going back to this goobery guy, he walks in and he says, "Do you guys have narrow gauge on tap?" And Sean says, "Well, they don't
distribute it
distribute
at all."
And then he goes, "Well, I've never had it. I was just seeing if you guys." I'm like, "What the?"
It's like 20 minutes away,
Well,
man.
no, what he
Just
said.
go.
Well, what he said was, "I have a friend that says it's one of the best breweries, and I should try it." This guy's clearly new. He even said it a couple times. I'm new into this.
Well, good for him though.
And he said, "Well, do you have any beers like that?" Now they did have Mind Haze from Firestone Walker,
Yeah.
which is a New England IPA. So I said that'll be your best. And I got to tell you, I had that, but I had this. What was it called? It was for.
Look on your Untappd.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I even checked into it and said about it. It's the fruitiest tasting beer I've ever had without any fruit in it.
Oh, really?
It was delicious. And I don't, you've heard me bitch. I don't like.
Yeah,
fruits
I don't
in my
really
beer.
like fruits in my beer either.
But the combination of the hops they use gave it a Fruit Loops smell and a fruity taste to it without being fruit.
It was Tropicana.
Tropicana. That was it.
Tropicana.
Tropicana.
I don't know. There's an I in there.
When I
Yeah,
stopped in there on Thursday, they had the extra special from Civil Life, Angel and the Sword.
I didn't have that.
So tasty.
Well, I had the oatmeal brown from Civil Life.
Okay, that's their standard issue.
No, the oatmeal brown. Their
Oh, okay.
standard is the American
Just the brown, yeah.
The oatmeal brown was maybe my favorite brown beer I've ever had in my life.
You should have tried the Angel and the Sword.
Well, Civil Life, like Tom said.
The Browns are their thing.
Well, Tom said on the last podcast he and I did, he goes, I don't think it's a stretch to say Civil Life's American Brown
Yeah.
may be the best annually produced beer in St. Louis.
Yeah, it's not.
It's damn good. I mean, it's just
Not a stretch, I mean. Yeah, it's a very solid beer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it's for an annually produced beer that you just want a good beer that you know you can get at any time. It's so fucking good. The northeastern or northern English brown that they have that they don't can.
Yeah.
That one's amazing.
I don't think I've had that one. I picked up some good stuff there the other day.
Hold the breath. Breaking news.
Yeah, she was just.
What do you have, Melissa?
No, nothing happened. I was just looking on Untappd. I'm only at 937 unique beers, so I feel like I should really make a dent in my unique beers during this lockdown.
And
There you go.
we could get 1,000 in June at Orlando, which I believe
It's still going to be okay.
I know San Diego's where I got mine a couple years ago.
Yeah, but remember I had I had 30 or 31 unique beers.
In San Diego?
In San Diego.
That was a ridiculous amount of
Yeah.
beer she drank.
That was a lot of tasters. Are not
Yeah.
tasters, but
Dude, we were
Still
drunk.
counts.
We were drunk every day.
Yeah, your
Well,
kids. Good kid. Good parenting.
you'll be there someday. You'll be there.
I'm there all the time.
No, they have a toddler.
Does that
Yeah.
hold you back?
Not him, but
normally.
Rachel
Normally
has
Rachel
to,
does okay.
Oh, Rachel does okay. Yeah. Bender, not as much.
Not as much.
But on vacation.
On vacation, I'm on. I got my 1000th in Florida. Last year.
It's like
Last
one of
year.
those conversations. It's the untapped version of when did you
Yeah,
lose
when you break your virginity? Yeah. Or you hit your 1000th conquest, I guess. I had a weird beer that you will hate.
Hey, I did it right. Missy was my 1,000. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. She goes, well, we're getting a divorce.
Yep, that's over now.
This was a great
How
ride.
does your dick not shriveled off and died?
I know.
I had a Smoking Buddies by Stillwater Artisan Ale. It was a smoked IPA,
Nope.
and it tasted
like meat?
Smoked meat.
as I like to describe
Like,
beer.
right out of the gate.
Smoked meat. You're like, damn it, Missy.
I gave it a 1.25 out of the gate, and then I had the rest of the can. And
I dropped it to a half.
no, it got better. Like the smoke flavor dies off.
Much like smoking a meat, it took time to enjoy it. It took time to get it to
which
where
I guess if that was your goal, that's pretty cool.
No. I don't think that's what happened. The more you drink, the more your taste buds aren't really
just kind of
tasting anything.
done.
So you just killed your taste buds, and
Yeah,
at that point, you
yeah.
had no idea really if it was good or
It
bad.
was fucking weird though, but I had to try it. It was pretty good. Yeah, that was probably the best thing I've had in a while. That was the best thing, but
let's segue from the best things you've had to some of the best things you've watched in a while. Melissa and I jumped on. I don't know if you've watched it yet.
Okay.
Spencer Confidential on Netflix. Spencer's Confidential.
the Mark Wahlberg movie.
I'm a
and,
sucker for Mark Wahlberg.
It's on my list. It looks entertaining.
Great.
Is it?
It's a good movie.
It's just a movie though, right?
Yeah, it's Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg
Yeah.
doing a fictional story, which I can't remember
it's
the
the
last
true
time.
life story of Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, that's what it is. And the black kid in the movie who plays a young kid is not a
He's
kid.
not a young kid. He's just a young adult.
He's getting started in MMA, so he's younger. But I mean, you get the impression that he's not very old.
Okay.
It's the leader of the gorilla tribe from Black Panther.
I fucking know his name.
And the guy from Us, same guy from Us.
I don't think that guy's young.
No,
I feel
but
like
in
he's
the
in the 30s.
You know Black Don't Crack? No, come on. We don't know how old that guy is.
But in the movie, he plays. You could tell that he's young.
Yeah.
He's being mentored by these guys. Well,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. I'm telling you what. He's a fucking great actor because he's in Us, where he's kind of a wimp. He's in Black Panther, where he's got an accent and he's like an Ultraman. And he's in this, where he's a tough dude, but he's very soft-spoken and low-key. He's great in the movie.
I don't think he's a wimp in Us. I just think he's like a soft American dad, which
in the context of what's going on, he's kind of he gets his butt
Winston
kicked.
Duke. I knew he had a cool fucking name. I was like, I know his name is cool.
Winston Duke.
Yeah, that's a
And he's a big fucking guy too. I'll take another one.
Damn, you guys.
Man, I gotta
is
go
this, like,
home and
St.
spend
Patrick's
time
Day?
with my children.
No, what you mean to say is you need to get drunk to go home to spend more time with your
Yeah, because I've already spent every waking moment of my day
I just
with them.
assumed you were at home working.
It's been a fucking joy.
Like the last time you came and did a podcast when Rachel was sick, I assumed you were going to extend your stay a little bit just to breathe.
Rachel's pretty stressed because her job is pretty hardcore right now because every pregnant woman and every
they're
all paranoid,
anxious,
so she's jammed too. What are you doing there?
Say
You're doing
left or right.
left. Oh,
I rubbed those on my nuts.
I was gonna say, man. No,
The good news is, by the
time.
time you drink, you'll be immune to corona.
Yeah.
But you will, in fact, have herpes.
Did you peel out your testicles today?
Don't worry, I licked them.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
You just told me you have corona.
And it does, and I don't use Purell on them, but I do typically put like a strawberry base so it tastes good for her.
Yeah. So speaking
Even though
of,
I like chocolate.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That is nice.
I'm a thinker. I think about her needs.
You clean them up a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Speaking of, Rachel's like the toilet paper thing. Like I kicked it around a couple months ago about buying a bidet, and then like this toilet paper thing, and I'm like, I'm kicking it around again. I might buy one.
Are you really?
Of course.
Yeah,
This sounds
you can
like
get them on
a bigger
Amazon
thing.
for like $60.
You're very European.
Oh my
Dude.
god,
Is it like an
60
attachment?
bucks.
Yeah, it's just an attachment that goes onto your toilet.
Oh, I was like, I would not trust.
I'm not gonna
$60
rebuy like a
bidet-
whole
actual bidet.
like. I'm not gonna buy a whole toilet.
I tell you what,
Maybe later.
You better see if one they show pictures or video.
I read the reviews on Amazon.
I like pictures and video, but I don't know how you would do
Okay.
either of those for a workable
just the
bidet.
reaction, just
So-
side shots of the reaction, just.
So two things. One, Amazon's not going to get that to you in a timely manner because they're only essential items right now being delivered.
You can get it in like 5 days.
No.
No.
It says health or beauty,
Okay.
and I guarantee
I think
that would
that counts.
follow health.
And two, save your money. Give me $10 and the price of a hose, and I'll run it from your.
No,
downstairs
man.
of entertainment.
Rachel's.
I'll MacGyver this shit for you. All you gotta do is, and you're good.
No, right? I don't want that. I want hands free, man. Hands free.
Well, I'm clever enough.
All
I
you
can
have to
pressure.
do is turn the handle the right way,
Yeah.
and then like lean on it.
Yeah.
Psh,
I'm just saying.
What are you
Why is
saying?
America the only country who hasn't embraced the bidet?
Because
I feel
Because
like-
I don't want a fucking
No.
douche or a what is-
Rachel said it's nice. Her boss has one at the house, and she said it
I
feels
don't want a
pretty good.
douche every day.
this is not my.
It's not healthy.
This is
I
not.
don't think it's I don't think it's getting in there.
But this is not my beliefs. But I feel like this is probably the belief of the masses. It seems gay to people, and they're not. No dude wants to do
That
something.
does make sense.
It does. Like
It does make sense.
America's like, we're not going to switch to the fucking metric system, and I'll be damned if someone's spraying water up my ass.
And if you put your steering wheel on the other side of the car, whatever.
You're a communist.
Yeah.
And you love dick.
But be honest. If you went to a house and they had one, you'd be like, gotta
You'd want to try it.
Oh man, I would take one in my house. That's
Yeah.
sanitary.
Yes.
Oh my god, you poop so much.
Listen
it
to
would
this.
be so
They-
good for
It
your
just
asshole.
it would just solve all the rawness.
Come on.
But you would have to get like a pressure one,
Yeah,
like
like
you
a
could
power
because you
washer.
don't
And I
know.
think it
With as much as you poop, you wouldn't want your butthole to go raw.
I think it would work pretty good for me too because I'm not super hairy anywhere, especially there. So like I think I'd get a good clean.
Hair, even if you had hair. it
My
would be
God, how much hair would you have to have on your
This is
asshole
my
to
corona.
not get through?
This is my coronavirus beard right now. I haven't shaved since last Thursday.
Think about this, though. Think about why to switch to a bidet. If your kid pooped on your arm, you would not take a piece of paper towel and just wipe it off.
No.
You would wash it off.
Yeah, that's
But
the
yet,
other thing.
It's acceptable to just use a piece of paper
That-
and
they
wipe
said
it
that
off.
on the
your,
point.
your butt cheeks pushed together, so it's not like poop is
Yeah,
getting
but then
everywhere.
it's like sliding around in there.
Still,
You
it's
get a little swamp butt action.
It's the only acceptable minimalism that we
Yeah.
allow on our body.
It's the only one that's like,
and
good
that
enough.
is why they created butt wipes.
Oh, they are glorious.
Yeah, but if you just do the bidet, that's environmentally conscious.
I don't know. What about all the countries that don't have water, John?
Yeah, John.
You're using extra water to squirt your ass.
California.
They all have bidets.
Oh yeah, because Africa has bidets.
Yes, they do.
California
probably.
was on a
They
northern
have
North
giant
Africa,
holes.
the French part of Africa.
Yeah.
I don't even know where I was going now.
Yeah.
The ass cleaning thing
Yep.
has got me.
Told you we'd come up with some shit.
Literally.
Back to the Spencer's Confidential though, or Spencer Confidential. Out of 5, I'm giving it a 3.75. I'm almost leaning towards 4. It was an entertaining.
I'm gonna give it 100 because I love Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, you do. He's getting a little old, and he doesn't look as big in this.
Oh, you know what I don't like about the Wahlbergs? Their lack of eyebrows.
Really?
So we
I've never noticed. I have to
Well,
look
we
now.
used to watch-
It's one of those things I'm never going to
Eyebrows.
not unsee now.
Teeth, eyebrows. Missy
no.
noticed.
We watched Wahlburgers quite a bit, like
Mm-hmm.
every episode. And when they did their like little confessional,
Uh-huh.
Donnie would always have eyebrows. But if he didn't have eyebrows, but if you saw him like on Blue Blood set or somewhere else, he had eyebrows, and that's when I first noticed it.
How do you feel about, do you like all the Wahlbergs, or is it just a Mark thing?
No, we watch.
Oh,
we
I
like
love
them all.
Donnie
Yeah.
too.
You watch the Blue Bloods and all
No,
that?
I don't watch
No,
that.
no, we're not.
But I don't know why, because
John,
I
we're
really,
You're not a thousand.
We're not stupid.
I really like Tom
Yeah.
Selleck. I don't know why we've never watched
We
it.
don't say because we don't stay home every Friday. But yet we do watch.
Isn't it a CBS show?
Yeah.
Is it an
And it comes on
all-access thing?
after my number one
Yeah.
favorite show that's about to go off the air.
Hawaii 5-0.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, I love Hawaii
Yeah,
Five-0. I've been-
I didn't know they were canon it, though.
10 seasons.
That's a long time for a
It
show
came
that I
out of
would have
nowhere.
gave 2.
Yeah.
It was like a couple weeks ago, and they're like, "Be ready for the final 3 episodes ever." And I was like, "What?"
Oh, God. That was a rough 3 days. She
Is
was
that,
in her room. She was crying. She was. That's why we don't have toilet paper.
Didn't
She
they
was
lose
in-
the Asian guy for racism?
Well, I think he was Hawaiian.
Yeah. You talking about Hero-
Exactly.
You talking about Hero?
No, not him. He left on
Hiro
his own.
Nakamura?
Oh no, The girl.
The girl and the guy left because they weren't getting paid equally.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So and then they brought
And
in
is Scott Conn still
Wait,
in there?
which guy?
Yeah.
Which guy? Asian guy.
I thought it was like the fit, good-looking Asian guy.
Well,
thought he
they
left.
replaced him with
Dude,
another
there's-
fit.
Yeah, there's so many Hawaiian guys on there. Yeah.
He was a part of it too. But anyway, Scott Conn is on it, but he's only on like every other episode because he has
He's-
it written into his contract where he spends half the time with his family in the lower 48, wherever that is, and
Oh, that's cool.
or 50.
I
What do you
guess.
call it? Lower 48.
Lower
right?
48. Yeah. And,
then the
he's not
other-
on it very. There's like some episodes where you won't see him for 45 minutes, and then the final scene, he's there in the
That's
room
untrue.
with his
That's
gun.
weird.
That is
It
untrue.
But it's close though.
It was 20 minutes into the last episode, and I'm like, well, where the fuck did he come from?
Yeah, he just pops up in the background.
But most
super
of the
weird.
time, if he's not in it, like within like 10 minutes, he's not in it.
And then they did though have an entire episode that was him a couple weeks ago. It was a very good episode where
so
he,
weird.
he met a girl because him and his wife have been estranged back and forth. We met a girl at a bar and he never does this, but they
hooked up in the bathroom,
and
you know.
they hit it off. Like you could see them being perfect, and they had a car wreck, and like a guy on his phone ran them off the road, and they were way down, and no one could get to him, and she ended up dying. So they met. Had
Then she
sex,
died.
and then she died. And
Well,
but
he's off sex forever now.
yeah, he's had a rough go.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll say this: I have not invested near as much time in the show, but it's to the point now, especially as it's winding down. I make her wait on me, or I recommend
Yeah.
we watch it because the characters are enjoyable. The plots are ridiculous.
Yeah. That's
But-
okay,
I mean,
though.
Alex O'Loughlin is very nice to look at,
He's Australian,
Oh.
but
He's got
he's
that
and
fun
that makes him
accent.
even sexier because he's got that.
But he doesn't have
My
it on the
favorite
show.
podcast is in Australia. I don't know.
was
I don't know how to do that
that-
accent. I
was-
don't.
You could
That's
just
terrible.
say "Good day, mate." Oh, what are you
Good day,
still?
mate.
What are you like a 1920s gangster?
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. It switches between all of them.
It was definitely fail.
Yeah.
it was,
It was a-
definitely
it was a good try.
fail.
Yeah.
Speaking of things that are getting canceled, and we'll tie.
Hold
this-
on. I was gonna
sorry.
talk about two shows that I'm
Oh,
watching.
what were they?
So I finally pulled the trigger on Peaky Blinders, and it's awesome.
I need to watch it. I haven't watched it because it's one that Missy will have a hard time with.
Then that's why I didn't pull the trigger on it, but I pulled the trigger on that. And then Rachel didn't want to deal with all of the Irish accents, similar to Missy because she's a
heavy?
racist.
No. How
Oh, they're-
heavy are the accents?
Super fucking heavy.
Yeah, because it's
Okay,
not
that's-
Irish, it's Cockney. So
Yeah, it's Cockney, and it's set in like the boroughs of it's I
turn
think
of
it's
the
England.
century.
It is. It's not Ireland, but it is England, and it's good. It's great. I'm
There
having
is-
a great time with it. They put razor blades in their hats so that when they fight, they can take their hat off and slice your eyes open with it.
Oh my
It's pretty
God.
fucking wild.
what's the other show? Oh, well, first
Oh,
off, Pick Me
God.
Blinders out of 5.
Well, what'd you call
so
it?
far,
Pickney.
Oh, I thought it was
He's right.
Peaky
Peaky.
Blinders.
Peaky. I don't
I
know.
think it's Peaky, but I think they're Pickneys is the gang. I think I
I don't
could be
know.
wrong. I'm only like 3 episodes in. 5 out of 5 out of the first 3 episodes.
Oh, no shit. All right.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
hear
it
it's
could
solid.
fall off.
It's Cillian Murphy's a great actor.
He's a great actor.
Great. He was Scarecrow in the Christopher Nolan Batman,
And
he
he's
was
been in every Christopher Nolan movie ever.
Yeah, he's great.
Which I've not probably haven't watched any of those.
But
Christopher
then
Nolan movies.
Rachel wanted a show to watch that was sort of along those lines, but less bloody. So I've always read good reviews on Outlander. I'm like, let's give Outlander a
I
shot.
haven't watched it.
Oh my god, it's so soap opera.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
It's like if fantasy was also a romance novel.
That is what it is. It's written by a romance novelist. There's apparently 9 novels because a friend of ours is reading the novels right
Yeah,
now.
but it's directed. The show was created by a noted sci-fi guy. I
Yeah.
can't remember who it is.
It is a very good plot with a lot of unnecessary, like not enough murder and not like a lot of like passionate love scenes.
So is there boobs in it?
There's a lot of boobs by the one lady. Basically, the plot. If I give you the elevator pitch is World War II has just ended. This lady rehooks up with her husband, and they haven't seen each other in several years. They fall in love. They take a little vacation to retread his family history in Ireland. She touches a Blarney stone or some sort of stone, travels back 200 years to, I guess it's not Ireland, it's some sort of Blarney stone in Scotland. Travels back to ancient Scotland, 1700s Scotland. Hooks up with this last Scottish tribe when the British are taking over.
Yeah.
Runs into her
It's a long elevator pitch.
runs into her modern times husband's great-great-grandfather, who's a huge dick, looks just like him, and tries to rape her like right out of the gate.
Oh, okay.
And then she hooks up with these Scottish people, gets married, survives, and now she's torn between going home and fucking this hot Scottish guy.
So Ronald D. Moore,
Yeah.
who is most famous for his work with Star Trek and then creating Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, okay.
And he did this.
It's very well shot. The scenery is great.
Practically the same vein.
Yeah.
A space political drama and a romance fantasy novel.
It's a romance drama. There's a lot of like British are here and they shouldn't be, and then like Love Your King type stuff. But then also she's torn because technically she's a British citizen, and you know these guys are fighting, and she's trying to get home, but then also falls in love with this young hot Scottish dude.
So out of 5.
For me personally, I Instagram the whole time. The story is a 3 out of 5. The interest level for me is a 1.5.
The story and concept is a 3. The execution is a 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah.
She could have bigger boobs.
well-
if I'm being sexist.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I said a while ago, speaking of things that are canceled, we have had the corona attacked us on 2 fronts for my daughters who were over the moon excited about going and seeing Billie Eilish, who
Oh, is that done?
it's postponed. And
Makes
by the
sense.
way, we can talk about this because she's of age. She took her shirt off for the first time in a video montage on there. Now, she was still wearing a bra, but for those that were in the crowd, and according to Brian Callen and Brendan Schaub on Fighter and the Kid,
She's well endowed.
like double G's is what
Really?
they said. Yeah,
She had like a whole thing about that. Like she's very.
she's
Well, she was getting
anti-body.
body shaming,
Yeah, she was
yeah.
getting
Yeah.
body shamed, and she said, "I did it because people don't even know what my body looks like." Because
So did that help or hinder her?
I think
argument?
Well, because she wears extremely
she
oversized
wears baggy
clothes,
stuff.
so they
I
were
think
body shaming her
and
that
I think
way.
her
and
body's better than people thought it was.
yeah.
And so that's postponed. And then speaking of body shaming, Bert Kreischer that we were going to go see is
Yeah.
been
Been
postponed.
postponed.
We're going to watch those.
His Netflix show
it's
just
out,
came
so
out.
we're going to
I
watch
don't
it.
really want to watch it because I feel like those are going to be the same
No,
jokes.
it's not. When a special comes out, that's why you go on tour. It's new jokes on the tour.
Untrue.
No, that's true.
the Bert Kreischer
Remember?
stuff that's going to be on Netflix
No.
is stuff that he did like last year.
Yeah, we went and saw Joe Stranger Things, and then a month later, the special came on Netflix, and he retired that material.
Yeah. I saw a
I agree
guy.
with you.
Well, it
That's the way they do it.
that's the way it's done because I saw a guy when we were in the comedy club in New York.
Wait, John. I want to hear your story, but she looks like she's got a point of fact moment on this.
Look at my finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me hear your
Was it
argument.
Whitney Cummings or Nikki Glazer?
I'm the one that told you that.
What did you tell me?
I told you that I heard all of her stuff on her special on her podcast.
See, that's different, I think.
But basically her normal everyday story was her special. But she retired that stuff. It's
Yeah.
done.
Like once it hits the special, it's over.
Because everyone had seen it at that point.
Yeah.
And that's why Bert Kreischer is such an anomaly, because he always has to do the machine bit as his encore.
I also read that I was going to call him Ben Stiller. What's Adam Sandler
Yep.
did the same bit.
Yeah.
He did his
Musical
special
now.
and then still toured after that using the same
But
stuff.
his was more of a concert.
Yeah, I think it's more. Yeah,
Yeah. And he's not a stand-up anymore. Like,
and that Chris Farley thing has to be played in
Yeah.
every single
and
arena.
professional stand-ups, very few repeat their material. Jim Gaffigan always gets asked to do Hot Pockets when he's
Yeah.
on stage. But it's like one of these
Hot
iconic...
Pockets.
I didn't watch it today because it was on my list of things I never got to. But apparently, he tried toasted raviolis, and the Riverfront Times posted the video of it.
He's a treasure.
Yeah,
He didn't like him, or he did?
No, I think
I feel like they're just.
I didn't.
better
I
tasting
didn't
mini Hot
watch it.
Pockets.
I didn't watch it, but he. Their synopsis, like their little capture, like clickbait, was that he does like them, but he was confused by them, which makes sense.
Speaking,
I need to know how. Like he eats a Hot Pocket,
I never knew this. And well, his kids loved Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
That's
but he
Nobody
one
is
of
an
his
adult.
jokes were like, "I got the shits from him," or
Oh.
something along those
well,
lines.
he
So-
didn't say shits because he worked
That was like
clean.
Poops.
first off, that was like
Poops.
15 years ago.
Yeah. Speaking, though, of things I didn't know about comedians, Bert Kreischer, I found out from podcasts this past week, his story was stolen and made into a movie, and that movie is Van Wilder.
Yeah.
That's him. Loosely
I
based
don't
on
think
him.
he was on the point. It wasn't necessarily. I guess it
Yeah,
wasn't
he had-
necessarily stolen.
He pitched it. He was writing book stories for Rolling Stones and for some other things about being the
Yeah.
party guy, and he pitched it, but a different Hollywood executive took the idea and said, well, we're going to change it and make it art. Yeah.
So he was on the point, and I listened to this, and he said that he got in touch with National Lampoon, who created it, and they went in and they were interviewing and they were talking, and he started talking, and the guy goes, stop the tapes. What do you want from this?
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't want money. He goes, I want a job.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, and
he
that's
gave
how
himself up.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not here to like get a paycheck out of this. I just want a chance.
But that was him.
Yeah.
Van Wilder was him, only not, only slim and sexy.
Yeah, he's not Ryan Reynolds.
It's a dreamy guy.
It's definitely like the old dating app Live. Like
you just got clickbaited on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
So we were gonna go see him, and that, I mean, I'm excited. I want to watch a special. His specials, he's hilarious, and I even heard a couple of the jokes from it. He was on Fighter and the Kid today. Doing the car wash, pushing it and stuff. And he's friends with those guys. He's just a genuinely funny guy.
Oh, exactly. He's a lot. I could see how his story doesn't seem so far-fetched when you hear him talking, because he's intense.
He's a drinker. They started Sober October, which is the most popular thing, those group of comedians with Joe do. They started it, literally, they were worried he was going to drink himself to death.
No shit.
Yeah, and it was just to see if Bert could lose weight and stay sober for a full month.
Did it work?
Yeah, he ran a marathon.
Oh, good for him.
He says, and this is he actually got told that he can't put this in writing or talk about it on air anymore, that he has a Mickey Mantle gene. He says he's a distant relative of Mickey Mantle, and he's got that crazy gene to where no matter how much he drinks, he can still be athletic. Well, the Mickey Mantle family threatened to sue him.
Shit.
That's
you
funny.
Do not have a Mickey Mantle gene.
That's hilarious. That's
so
good
he goes,
stuff.
I have a pro athlete gene. So
yeah, I'll work with that.
Yeah.
That guy Dave last year would be like, when I ran that that 15K, this guy Dave was a cop who trains every day. He's like, have you trained for this? I'm like, I ran a couple times.
Yeah, I did a couple things.
And he's like, did you drink last night? I was like, well, I had a couple. And he's like, and you're just going to run this? I'm like,
That's cool.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I made it all the way through. He was like super impressed. I was like, I guess.
I think that runners carbo load, and if you drink a couple beers, that's just like carb loading, right?
He's like, how far have you ever ran before? I'm like, the farthest I've ever ran in one time is like 3 miles. He's like, and you're just gonna run 9? I'm like, yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but
Missy,
I got through it.
Missy used to get mad, and I've lost a good amount of weight on this to where my back and
I've never seen that shirt before.
Yeah, it's been a while. So my back feels better, so I'm going to start running again now. Missy got mad like when we ran that last 3K, and I hadn't ran in 2 years.
3K?
Or 5K, sorry.
I was going to say,
last 5K,
was that like half a mile?
And I had not ran in like 2 years since our zombie run.
Yeah,
and
which we didn't even really run.
I went out and ran a below 30-minute.
Like, fuck you.
She's like, I run every day. How are you doing this? I'm like, well, it's a Mickey Mantle.
I also hate cardio, so I don't
No,
particularly
she
try.
She hates anything with the word Cardi in it. Bacardi, cardio, Cardi B. She hates it all.
Yeah.
I really wish I could like running because I feel like it's very beneficial.
You have to. I liked running a lot until I blew out my knee. You have to get past that I hate it a lot point, though.
No, Katie's always like, you should come run with me. I'm like, there's no fucking way I could keep up with you, first of all.
Well, it's not about
my run
keeping
is
up.
more like a fast shuffle. I can actually speed walk faster than I
It's
jog.
not about keeping up. It's about the...
Then why are you... No, then my point is, why would I go with her?
She would
It's
probably...
not going with her, then.
She would enjoy
probably-
the company.
She would probably
But I
help
wouldn't... But
you,
there's
though.
no company. I would be like a mile behind
She
her.
would
She would
probably
she would
walk-
tone down.
tone with you and maybe do her own extra stuff or something. Like Bender said, it's a very isolated thing. So if you have someone to run with, even if you don't have a conversation, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's just
someone.
nice because you motivate.
I can't even walk upstairs and talk. I get winded.
See, like, no, because, like, Brian, my buddy Donnelly, who lost all that weight, he lost, like, 80 pounds on the keto diet, and then he was running at the same time. He got really fast. Like, Brian is one of those guys who's pretty athletic when he
he's got
puts his stuff into it.
A pro gene, a pro
Mickey
athlete
Mantle
gene.
gene.
Yeah, and he got really fast where he was running, like 4.5 minute miles if he wanted to. And then I started running with him.
4.5 minute miles.
That was like
That's
five,
Olympian level, I
5
think.
minutes is even pretty fucking
He was running
fast.
like 5 minute miles there for a while when he'd run, like sprint outright. He could run like a 5. Did I get real loud all of a sudden?
I don't know.
No, you got real liary.
Anyways, Maybe I'm over. That's pretty good.
Like 4 or 5 minute miles, bullshit.
You're right. It wasn't 4, but I was just doing math in my head and I did it wrong.
That's a 5K in 15 minutes, which is flying.
He can run. He got really fast, but we did that thing, and he stayed with me the whole time. And I was like, "You can go, man. Like, I know I'm slowing your time down." And he's like, "No, I wanted. It's more about like just doing it and finishing." And that's what helps you like motivate. Because if you get tired and you're like, I'm gonna walk, it's the guy
distance.
next to you. Yeah,
It's not the speed; it's the distance.
we ended up in the middle of the pack, and he probably would have been in the top.
You and I, when we did that zombie run, we're
And
not
you sacrificed
we're not
Jeremy.
runners,
Not at that point, no.
but we did that in the top 10-15% of the speed. I know it sounds crazy on a 5K, but it was with obstacles, and we were below 40 minutes, which was.
Yeah.
But the guy that won was like 14 and a half.
Yeah, it was
which
insane.
Means he never took a breath. He just gone.
Well, the guy who won,
And the zombies couldn't catch him.
Oh, no way.
No.
No way.
They probably weren't even prepared. They probably weren't even in the spots because they're like, no one's coming for at least 20 minutes.
I have a feeling he like one hopped foot up and skipped walls.
Yeah.
Like it was unbelievable.
So when Brian and I did that 15K, that was, I think we averaged like 10 minutes by the end. It was our average. One guy was averaging like 5.5 minutes for the entire
that's
thing.
Stupid. That is stupid.
Just insane. I'm like, what is wrong with
Bet
you?
we can outdrink that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Especially
Don't
right.
put me in that.
I don't know, man. Right after that, I drank a shit ton. Like, and felt great, and then I felt terrible.
Because you wanted your body numb from your neck down.
Yeah. Like, like my calves and chins
You
and
can't
knees
hydrate
just
with
burned.
beer. No shit. I'm getting drunk, asshole.
Yeah. Oh, dude, my like lactic acid levels were off that night, and I couldn't fucking move.
Oh yeah, man. That's the worst.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible.
It's pretty awful.
Yeah.
I think literally of all the things that I brought to talk about, because I did no show notes, that was pretty much it. We have started again to try to get through season 3 of The Good Place, so we can get through 4 because we haven't finished it.
And
Finish is so good.
we never really committed to Parks and Rec, so we started that.
Oh, that's good stuff too.
Oh man, that's funny. That's
And I'm going to work my way through every documentary on Netflix.
Said she does that. Yeah, we watched. I didn't want to watch it, and I didn't watch it. But the end of it, that Gabriel,
And you missed most of the bad stuff,
That-
but the Gabriel, what was it?
Hernandez?
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
That makes me sound really racist. I'm
Yeah.
not racist. This kid
Gabriel
went through some
Gonzalez,
shit.
that new one on Netflix where the system failed him, where his mom and her
Is that the kid who
boyfriend.
got deported or whatever?
No, it was her mom and her
No.
boyfriend beat the fuck out of him over and over
tormented
and
him
and
over
killed
until
him.
he killed him.
And
Is that what that is?
And the
social
system-
services did nothing.
They got sued. They even got
What do you
prosecuted.
get out of that? What do you get out of that besides
I
just a
I
pit in
woke
your
up
stomach?
from my nap
So-
to watch him getting sentenced and no emotion. Bad person.
So basically, when
Deserves
he
death.
was born, the mom gave him up immediately, and the mom's brother and partner took him. And then at one point, the mom decided she wanted him back for a welfare check.
Yeah.
And so she reported them as, because they were a gay couple, reported that they were doing inappropriate things with the little boy, and
Just
she got
lies.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't want him. They used him for a
Yeah.
welfare check.
yeah,
That's all there
the
was.
kid was.
But what's fucked up is she had 2 more kids. Like,
Yeah, but it's more
and
money.
even more fucked up.
but they didn't do anything to those kids, or at least it wasn't talked about in the documentary.
that same
That's
community had like another boy it happened to, like right after him.
After
Like,
the sentencing,
After
yeah.
the sentencing. I mean, oh.
That's terrible, but like, and I can't watch that stuff because, like, what are you getting out of that watching it besides like a sad pit in your stomach for humanity?
Well, so I think it's good to shine a light on like the failure of those social services people. So and it does help people to look for the signs.
It does. I agree there,
And it's the same with watching a tragic movie, but
but I think I would rather just read the article.
oh, it was. I didn't want to watch it, and I just woke up in time. It's but that one that the kid shit. I get where you are with the
Yeah.
don't fuck with cats and the animals.
Yeah.
But the kid shit is the same for me. I mean,
It's the same for me too. It's just a pit in my stomach.
I don't.
Like,
I can't explain it. I have some sort of demented.
No, I mean, I'm not knocking you. I just don't-
No. I don't find pleasure in finding out these facts. It's just very
Intriguing to you.
Intriguing.
Yeah,
like,
that's fine.
Where are people at in life that what makes
That
them
seems like a
tick?
good idea.
Like,
Yeah.
or yeah.
and it is hard for her to explain. But Bender, after I'm murdered by my wife, I would like for you to explain it on trial on
Yeah.
what happened to me.
I can't wait for that documentary.
Wait, you can't wait to go on trial, or you
great.
can't wait till he dies?
You know what's here's what's awesome about that documentary. This soundbite right here
Yeah.
will be used in the
Oh
documentary.
yeah, and like,
gonna be
let me
so
go on record and say, like, there's a 60, maybe 70% chance he deserved it.
I would like to say just above 50. I think, but
Depends on the day.
toss
Depends
up.
on the day.
Toss up.
Speaking of sad things, right? Jeremy and I are out Saturday.
I was like, she said, speaking of sad things, Jeremy and I are getting a divorce.
No.
Yeah.
We're out Saturday. Kaylin's at her dad's over the weekend. Hayden was at a friend's house. So I get a message from Kaylin, and she's like,
Keep in mind, our daughter's heartless.
Yeah.
she's a 14-year-old, so she only communicates through Snapchat, which is just so weird for me. But she sends me a Snapchat of her crying, like actual face, like she's crying.
Oh, that's weird. And
Saying
sad.
she just watched My Girl,
My
the
Girl.
saddest movie ever.
Oh, okay.
She watched Macaulay Culkin die.
I guess that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
This was the saddest movie
Yeah.
ever.
I'm happy. The last time she cried at a movie was when Hannah Montana lost her horse when she was 3 years
No,
old.
she cried at Carl.
Oh, she did cry at Carl when he died on
She
Walking
does
Dead.
cry.
I didn't
over
get. What
movies.
season was that?
I'm fine,
It seemed like a million years ago.
7,000. Is that show ending anytime soon?
We're up to date on it, and I'll say this last episode was pretty awesome.
I enjoyed this
I
last
see
episode.
Carol just got her 100th episode or something.
The
like
Whisper Wars is they're sticking as close as they can with a couple of characters that aren't in the comic books. Mm-hmm. So the whole treatment of Alpha and Negan, although they threw some crazy zombie mask sex in it, still pretty close to the comic.
Was that hot or not?
Bull, it was
we
not.
didn't see
Alpha,
We did not see
Alpha's
much.
not sexy. No,
I don't know who-
Jeffrey
what
Dean
his
Morgan,
character is.
sexy.
Wait,
Sexy man.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan had sex with a girl in a
Alpha,
zombie
and
mask.
she was wearing her zombie mask. The leader of the zombie horde, the
Whispers.
Whispers. Yeah.
That's
See, in the comic, they don't have sex. He just becomes her confidant,
oh, okay.
lures her in, and then kills her.
Is that a category?
That
in
is a
Pornhub?
spoiler alert.
Yeah, sorry, spoiler alert. But in the show, they do
So
it.
she's gonna die.
And he goes, "You gonna keep that mask on?" And she goes, "This is my face." That's the way she talks. And he
Oh,
goes,
it's so creepy.
He goes, "I dig it." I
Nice.
don't dig it.
I don't,
dig
but,
it.
you know, I'm gonna take one for the team, I guess.
There was a bit of a twist, and I enjoyed that twist at the end.
M. Night Shyamalan does. What's a twist?
Wow, nice.
No, I didn't do
So, if you were gonna tell somebody to jump on, would you? Like, if you'd never watched The Walking Dead, would you tell them to jump on?
Be tough.
Yeah.
It's
And what
a-
is it? 10 seasons now?
Yeah, but it seems like a million.
Kaylin dropped off. She's done. Like
Is she?
And she,
Was it last season? Or,
Yeah,
yeah.
I dropped off in season 6. They were on a bridge. That annoying girl and the black guy with the dreads and the glasses.
Oh, that's Dr. Dre. That's the dude who played Dr. Dre in the movie.
Yeah.
He did now.
Yeah, he gone.
Is he?
No, he disappeared. There was no explanation on where his character went.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Shit
I
happens.
dropped off after that bridge episode. I was like, yeah, I'm done.
It's
I'm going to ride it out till the
yeah,
end just to
goddamn,
see.
John. We're completionists, just like you.
I wanted to be. I've fallen off on a lot of stuff. There's just too much content to be a completionist anymore.
You're supposed to be at home right now watching TV.
No, he's where he's supposed to be on the podcast without Hummel.
Yep.
No Hummel tonight.
Yeah, he's in
traveling still.
He's in some other city.
So let's talk about that for a minute. Missy's now indefinitely working from home.
Which is glorious.
You are, I'm guessing, indefinitely. They're going to reevaluate on the.
No, I'm working from home for the next 2 to 3 weeks.
When then they reevaluate.
Yeah.
And I am not
I'm going to ride this train out.
working from home. I have been told use your best judgment in traveling, but now all my customers are sending emails saying please don't come visit us. So
yeah. Thanks, but no thanks.
Except
We'll
for you
buy
do
some
have
wood.
to travel.
Friday, when do I have to travel?
You've had to go down south one day this week. You're going to have to do it again.
Yeah, I did do a couple things. So so Friday we're having a conference call and we're going to talk about it. And I sent a list of all the people that are saying don't come see us. I get a feeling Friday they're going to say, okay, you're working from home. You got to stay productive though, which is fine because I can make calls and emails. And I'm really close to closing 2 giant deals, so they're going to be like, hey, maybe you can stay at home.
Yeah.
They did cancel the St. Charles home show, so I'm off the hook there,
Well, there you go.
which is exciting because the St. Louis home show was draining.
Yeah.
Did not like it. So I don't like those. But, yeah, other than that, I took Hayden today after my stuff was done. Because here's the thing, and no one I know that I work with listens to this. If I'm staying at home 2 to 3 weeks, at some point, I'm going to run out of things to do. Because I'm a salesman. My job is to get in front of people.
Yeah.
And if I don't get in front of them, there's a lot of computer stuff I can do to catch up on some Talent Builder and some things like Salesforce, that stuff.
Yeah.
There's some other things I could do. But when that's all caught up,
You can't just call someone?
I could just call. I could. I say, hey, how's it going, Fred? Well,
And
we're
then
pretty
you're just
slow.
shooting the shit for 45 minutes.
Yeah, but so like today at about 3 o'clock, I took Hayden to the rush fields and let her work on some goalie drills. And because we've been challenged, everybody in the rush club has been challenged to film your workouts and put them up on our
that's
Facebook
cool.
and stuff.
It is really cool because it's.
Keep them engaged.
First of all, let me just say, all the players that are posting videos are female.
And most of them are our teammates. Are between our 2 and 3 teams.
They're younger. They're younger into early teens. You don't see a lot of older kids, or I have not seen any boys. So clearly, the future of this country
Is women.
Is women.
Well,
And
I'll buy
I feel
into
like
that.
the women have to prove something now because we're told that we can't. We're not.
Can't be president.
No.
We're not as physical. Well,
How?
not me,
Did
but
you see
the
that?
women
The
are
US
not
women?
as
I didn't see that.
physical in the United States.
So the U.S.
Or the-
women's team.
This is bad timing, but would you grab me a beer?
Yeah, I'll take a harp and give him a red. Yeah. Get us a beer.
Not to be sexist.
Hey, sweetheart,
bitch.
you don't know I don't mean this, but bitch, get a beer.
Ugh.
Yeah, no, we're allowed to say it.
I know, I'm kidding.
On the podcast, we could say it. This is
I mean,
a safe,
you could say it. I'm still not saying
Yeah,
this.
you don't say that, John.
This is a safe place to call my wife a bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a safe place for
Cocksucker.
maybe you to call your wife. a bitch.
So, no, the United States women's national team in that lawsuit, in the verbiage that was the counter, one of the things that the head of the U.S. Soccer Association said is the reason the women they're paid proportionate to how athletic they are compared to the men.
That's the gist of it.
That's the gist of it.
That's pretty shitty.
He lost his job,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's
and he was
fired.
replaced by a woman.
Oh, there you go. I mean, that's the only
That's
right move to do.
And then
Yes.
Rapinoe and Press immediately sent the most perfect goals the very next day into
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievable goals. Like one of them, Press's goal, Rapinoe's was a good penalty kick, but Press's goal was awesome because it was a Rapinoe,
She wasn't looking.
Rapinoe picked off the goalie's outlet pass, and it cascaded out to Press, who was almost at midfield. And since the goalie was out at the edge of the box, she sent it all a slow lob right up
But
over,
it's-
and
Nice.
the goalie couldn't get back.
Nice.
But and I told Missy, and for those that want to argue that yes, so my take is it is a hard conversation to compare the talent that the women are playing with versus the men. And some of the reasons it's hard to compare it is because as athletic as our women are, they are playing against equal athletic talent, just like the men. Like
Yeah.
so on let's say men, the most athletic men in the world, cap themselves at 10. They're playing against all 9s and 10s. Women, let's say the most athletic women in the world, and I'm using very broad terms, don't yell at me, 8, they are playing against 7 and 8s. The only difference is every team the men play is very, very good. That's not the case with women. But the
Yeah.
reason it's not the case with women, because very much there's parts of the world
Yeah.
that don't let women play.
Yeah, they hold their women down.
They hold their women down. So it's not the women's fault. And
Yeah.
by the way, it's also pretty straightforward for the U.S. Soccer Association. It's straightforward. Look at ratings, look at attendance,
Yeah.
and pay them accordingly.
And their sales and jerseys.
Pay
And,
them accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. It's
That's
easy.
That's the easiest of all the. I mean, let's say an economist should come in here, or a third-party mediator should come in and say, "You guys want me to fix this? Let me look at jersey sales. Let me look
Yeah.
at TV ratings. Let me look at attendance." Oh, you don't have an argument.
yeah.
Pay the women.
And then if you wanted to be I guess leading with the right foot, and if you're a giant evil corporation, but you wanted to put a nice spin on it, you could say like, we're going to pay them accordingly because we want to set a We want to set an example for all the other countries who do hold their women down.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that's
What a
just an
good-
easy PR move. Like, why would you not do
A
that?
geopolitical statement.
Yeah.
What a great statement to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good.
Just
that's
a huge
good,
waste of time.
That's a good start to our
So-
Throw It to Missy segment.
No, I'm going to continue this because
Well,
when
that's
they
all right.
did that game, they
You're
U.S.
not going to stab one of us, though, right?
No.
She doesn't, I hope
Neither
it's
one of
you.
you guys said anything wrong. But so
Tom's
when
not here.
so yeah, he would probably go totally against all this.
He changed. He lightened up on it.
So when the U.S. came out for their game against Japan,
Yes.
they wore their warm-up jerseys inside out. That only it blocked the U.S.
Everything,
symbol,
yeah.
but represented the 4 stars of when the World Cups
Okay.
they won, which.
Caused
Which
Redneck
now-
America to say they should be kicked off
Ain't
the
that
team.
American?
First of all, they
If you
were
don't
in
like it,
Redneck
leave.
America
Fucking-
playing.
Yeah, they were Frisco, Texas.
They were in Redneck America
Those
playing.
fucking women don't respect our country,
But
and fuck them.
Yeah.
I feel that team is empowering the female athletes.
I think it's
of
the-
I think it's 100%.
the United
I think
States.
it's the best poster for women athletics
Mm-hmm.
any kid in America has ever seen. Any girl in America has ever seen.
Oh, absolutely.
It is absolutely. The WNBA did it a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but they have not reached as far and as wide as this particular U.S. women's national
Yeah.
team. Even more than the team that was probably better with Hope Solo in goal. Probably was a better team.
Yeah.
But even more than that, this team.
Well,
What was the
because
volleyball player in the 90s? The girl
Gabrielle
about-
Reese.
Gabrielle Reese.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about Misty May Trainer and
No, that's current. Gabrielle Reese was back
I think it was, back in the
early
90s.
it was
She was a
90s,
model
2000s,
and a
yeah.
gold
She was a
medalist.
model, and the Nike posters, but that was a good start, but that was mostly a sex symbol.
Yeah,
Oh, for
well,
sure.
because she
For
was so
sure.
goddamn
And
good.
she was gorgeous.
And Hope Solo, that was before social media
Yeah.
actually blew up.
Right.
I think
well,
what-
and,
what
and
my
when,
point
when
I
it
was
did
trying-
blow up, Hope Solo was a drunken mess. He was beating up her boyfriend.
My point I was trying to make is like what's cool about this one is, and there's nothing wrong with being attractive. I'm not knocking that, but like this is some of these girls are, they're multicultural. Some of them are gay, some of them are straight, and it's not about being a sex symbol. Like you can't be a powerful athlete, and you can be a powerful athlete on its own, and you don't have to be sexy on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty cool and pretty inspiring for actual
But yeah, like you
people
said,
who have daughters.
it brings up women empowerment. It brings up LGBTQ empowerment. It brings up race empowerment because there is so many different cultures and races and all of this within this sport that it's very empowering as a woman and as a girl.
By the way, I know we brought up Misty May Trainer just now. I did, and you said it wasn't the 90s, and you're right.
It was early.
They started in 99.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. So that was 2000. But if you Google them, and if you want to look, this is Carrie Walsh. Misty May Trainer and Carrie Walsh were the two. That was the power duo. Look at this. Look at all those G's when you scroll down. Watch this. Wait a minute. Wait. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's insane.
One of them, which one still plays? I forget.
It's one I don't remember. I think it's Carrie Walsh still plays, but those are. And then she's getting older, so there's some B's but literally a medal every year for 20 years.
And you only ever saw her in like always in like a sexy pose in a swimming suit.
Well, that's Gabrielle Reese. But this was Misty May and Carrie Walsh.
One of them.
Unbelievable.
I think it.
Gabrielle did not play beach volleyball. She would play. Did she? Or did she?
I watched
I thought
her.
she was
I
a
watched
team
her here.
volleyball player.
No, I watched her here in St. Louis down at Union Station when I was a teenager.
That's pretty cool. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, speaking of things my wife did, me and your daughter got into an argument today. Did you play high school soccer?
Me, yes.
Well, I did not think you did.
First of all, it is Carrie Walsh that's still active.
Okay.
Yeah, sophomore year. And when I
one year
say
you played JV.
When I say I played soccer, that's a very loose term. As like
I played football.
I got out onto the field. Didn't know what I was doing. Katie and I were like, let's do a sport together. So we decided that we were going to do soccer. We played sophomore year. We didn't score one goal that whole entire season. Our coach didn't teach us anything. We were basically put together as a team of girls that just wanted to play soccer, but no one
You were
knew
the
anything.
Ladybugs?
Basically, yeah.
Oh,
and all the
nice.
girls that knew how to actually play soccer were varsity.
Okay.
And I don't remember what they did for that year, but I hyperextended my knee right before spring break. So I was so happy to have spring break because that shit hurt.
You weren't going down to Cancun?
And no,
Well, you
when
said
I was
sophomore
15.
year. That's right. I'm sorry. No. I was thinking senior year.
But have you seen the pictures of the people on the beaches and people outraged
Yeah,
by
Florida.
that?
Yeah. If one thing that this coronavirus does, maybe it'll just wipe out some of the dumb people.
Right. Maybe that's
friend of the show. Friend of me, but doesn't really listen to the show. Halpow said, "Hey, on the upside, it might wipe out the baby boomers."
Yeah.
no, because there's a whole new set of baby boomers about to be made.
I just saw
Quarantine.
No, baby boomer, that generation.
that generation.
But you know what it's? I think China was this is their whole plan. China created this to knock out all the weak individuals.
Alex Jones over here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, by the way,
Just saying, I don't want them to wipe out my grandparents. Though,
I've
I'd tell you
never
that.
seen this before, so I looked up Gabrielle Reese. I wanted to see what her Olympic record and her volleyball record. Look, what's this? Let's get down to volleyball career. Investigation of potential copyright issues on Wikipedia. Nothing is there. All copyright problems. So
That's weird.
That is weird. I've never seen that.
I wonder why that is.
I think isn't the whole point in Wikipedia is you can say whatever you want, just cite your sources, and otherwise they'll delete it.
It is. It's the Wild West on Wikipedia,
Yeah.
man. Just put whatever you want.
That's why you can't use it in college papers.
Yeah, it's really, really weird.
I mean, it's the source of information for all podcasts across America. But
Yeah, it's no doubt.
As he's looking up on Wikipedia.
yeah, that is weird. I've never seen that before either.
She played at Florida State. But she did. Well, she was beach volleyball. Yeah, I just wanted to see if she won a gold medal.
Why is Umsel calling you?
Umsel wants me to donate some money to him. We're about to hit a recession, folks. I do not
Fuck
have
off.
extra money to be donating to Umsel.
Well, we're all about to get $1,000, so you rest assured, Missy's brother is going to blow through that money if he gets it from the government soon.
I don't think that we all need $1,000. I think I'll take it.
I mean, I'll take it too. I won't lie.
I don't
I mean,
need
if
it.
they're giving it away.
I'm just saying, like, if we all get 1,000,
I go
or
back-
like industries that are just dying, like the restaurant industry.
I go back to the beginning of Mike Bloomberg's run for president. Just
Yeah.
give everybody in America $100. I guarantee you'll get all the votes.
That doesn't work because Andrew Yang tried to get everybody $1,000
It's
because he's Asian and Missy hated him.
You can't give everybody 1,000.
I don't even know who that
Do
dude
the
was.
math. You can't.
You don't know who Andrew Yang is?
No.
Do the math. You
They
can't give everybody
they're about to
1,000.
do it.
Well, the government can because we can go.
That
into
was his
infinite debt.
thing. Like
Yeah.
you give everyone
No.
$1,000.
Mike Bloomberg could personally write a check for $100 to everyone in America and still
yeah.
be able to have enough money left over.
Well,
and
it's 360. Yeah.
yeah, he could give $3 billion away and still be a billionaire.
Yeah.
and
He spent $500 million on a failed campaign
Yeah,
and
yeah.
didn't blink.
and then withdrew and fucked Barry Sanders.
Bernie.
Barry Sanders. Well, both of them. Because if you watch,
No, I'm going
Garth,
Bernie Garth.
but Bernie. If you watch Garth
2024.
Brooks, he got fucked.
Yeah. I think he did all right.
Fans went after it. His own fans tried to turn on him. You
Jesus.
fucker, I won't listen to you anymore.
You're a Sanders supporter.
Because I like the 90s Detroit Lions best player.
And I'm playing in Detroit. Like, look
Yeah.
at a fucking map, asshole. Yeah.
Yeah,
People
dumb
are
people.
stupid. I hate people.
Maybe all of those people will be wiped out by Corona.
Maybe.
Fingers are crossed.
No, because they all bought Alex Jones's miracle cure, and they're all gonna fucking survive.
No, it wasn't Alex Jones.
No, Alex Jones
What
had a
fucking miracle?
toothpaste that cured the coronavirus.
No.
Yes, he did.
Are you
Look at
sure?
it, yeah.
You sure it wasn't the pastor?
There was that guy too.
Oh, he did get
That guy was selling silver.
What's his name?
Liquid silver or something.
What's his name? Pat.
Benatar?
Matt Robinson. It was a different one.
One
Smith.
I feel like they're all
Johnson.
named Pat.
No, stop
Myers.
it. Stop it. One of the evangelicals or evangelical whatever they're called.
the fake
Evangelists.
ones, yeah.
Yeah. He got
Televangelists is the name of
Televangelist.
it.
He got arrested because he was selling a $120 cure for Corona on there on Facebook. I mean on his website, and they shut him down, arrested him, and then he bailed out, and now
Because he sold enough.
Yeah.
well, he already was worth a lot of money. But,
And now he's just calling it mouthwash.
Yeah.
The edit
Yeah.
on it,
Well,
it
Alex
says
Jones said
cure.
his toothpaste will cure all strands of the coronavirus, and then
He's
one.
gotta
You know
be
what
shut
else
down
will
for that,
cure
too.
it? Not going out in public.
Yeah.
Washing your he also
Washing your
got shut
hands.
down. Well, it won't cure it. It'll help prevent the spread.
If I don't leave the house, I'm not going to get it, and that's a cure.
That's not a cure. Curing means you get it and it heals it.
But your kids leave the house.
Well,
We're not. No one's. Well, I
by
was
the
gonna
way,
say,
did
no
you
one's
see
leaving.
the church in China that they they claimed that they had a saltwater solution that they could cure, and they
Oh my
sprayed
God.
all their people, and 40 people got corona from that church.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah.
Well, there was some sort of televangelist
Communal
on.
spraying.
That just proves that God isn't real.
There's some televangelist on Twitter today saying like, "Don't listen to the news. Everybody hug each other and love on each other." I'm like, man,
Lick their faces.
I don't want
Anal
anybody
sex
to
all
die.
around.
Ew. Well, that doesn't spread corona.
Yeah, that cures corona.
I don't really want
Everybody knows
anyone to die, but like maybe that guy.
that. Yeah,
maybe
no
that
doubt.
guy.
Maybe. That's retarded. How about we wrap up? Is there anything last that we need to talk about or say? Melissa.
I got nothing. I went to TMZ for anything, and I didn't see anything exciting. Sorry. There was a
Oh.
couple celebrities that died today, but
Yeah.
they were all fucking old. Who knows what they died from?
Well, one of them, though, who was on Wonder Woman, and I can't think of his name, Lyle Wagner.
The TV show?
Lyle
Yeah,
Wagner.
Lyle.
Lyle Wagner, St. Louis resident, and
good for him.
yeah, high school and everything here in St. Louis.
Jared Leto had no idea the coronavirus was a thing because he was on a 12-day medication.
Yeah. Also posted a bullshit video of how he thought he was dying because of his rope was fraying while he was mountain climbing.
I didn't see that.
Oh, he was just on an ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. But no, what happened is the outside layer of his rope frayed. The actual strength of that climbing rope is on the
I gotta be
inside.
honest. If I'm climbing and the rope starts fraying, I'm fucking
Apparently
dying.
he was
I'm dying.
He was 600 feet up or something.
Let
I
me
think
be
I'd be
real.
dying
Let me
too.
be real. I'm not climbing anywhere.
Watch the video,
I'm not-
though.
I'm not climbing 600
Watch
feet.
the video. It's funny. Damn it.
He cannot die.
Yeah, I know.
He's
Is he sexy?
Oh God, yeah.
Is he?
Even though he's like waif thin, yeah.
I don't think
God,
It's his eyes. It's his eyes.
He's no Idris Elba.
before you went Jared Leto, there
Praying for you, Idris, and I don't even believe in God.
before you went Jared Leto, I really did have something to
Some
say.
other dead guys.
Oh, no. That Lyle Wagner guy. One trivial fact about him, first man to pose nude for Playgirl.
Oh, good for him. I'm going to have to look him up. I have no idea who
From
this is.
St. Louis, Missouri.
Good for him.
Yes, STL.
Is he built like a bat?
Fuck if I know. I didn't look him up. I don't.
Did the
I don't
curtains
need to
match the
see-
drapes?
I don't need to see sausage. Okay, I don't.
I'll look it up
Come
for
on.
you guys.
I would
Don't
totally
worry.
look that up.
Don't worry. I'll be.
I didn't have time.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked? I've never looked at Playgirl. Like, is
It
it
is.
soft? Is it hard?
No, man, they got dicks out everywhere. It's
But is
kind
it
of
soft
assaulting.
or hard?
It's a semi. So
Yeah, it's semi. It's
so it
like they're a
looks
little
pres-
fluff.
Like somebody blew on it a little bit?
It
yeah,
looks
like right for the
they're a
picture.
little
It's
fluff.
got to look presentable.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
They're not
they didn't
pointing
climb out of
up.
a pool.
They're not pointing up, but they're not truly flaccid.
You do
Yeah.
the flappy lap. You know what I'm talking
Little
about?
helicopter
Flappy-
action.
whap.
Turn the hips until you smack it a couple times. Get
Did you ever go to dickspin.com?
Is that a real thing?
It is.
I am worried
At least
about
it used
you.
to be.
I'm worried about you, John.
Oh,
Why
we've
do you
seen-
know? Why do you know about what is it? What is it called?
It's called dickspin.com.
Dickspin.com.
We knew pudding
Just tap it
farts.
into your friend's
Pudding
phone.
fart is
Pudding
funny.
farts is a
that
thing.
that was funny.
Yeah.
No, me and some friends got a Playgirl one time from
I'm
some
going to Google some images
No,
just for
from
funsies.
a gas station, and then we proceeded to go to the car, open it, and just laugh our asses off for the next hour at the whole magazine. What are you all looking up?
I'm going to look
I don't know
up
what it's
Playgirl.
You're
I'm
looking
just
up
kinda
pudding
curious.
farts, Jeremy?
No, I'm not looking up
just
pudding
kidding.
farts. I'm wrapping it up. We're calling this while we're looking up Playgirl and looking up
It
other
is
shit.
weird. It's weird to see guys pose like this.
Yeah.
There is no Tom to say "Let's go Blues," but there is a Bender.
Well, that's because there's
Hold on to your butts. Or your junk, because I'm looking at some Playgirls.
Yes, and Missy.
there's no blues to go. Bye.
All right.